Hi guys, thanks for tuning in for this video. This was a requested video about my favorite red lipsticks, and when that topic was brought up to me, I thought, sure, no problem, this will be easy. And then I really started thinking, I'm like, well, you've got your brighter reds, and then your deeper reds, matte ones, and shiny ones, and all these things started coming to mind. I'm like, I need to confine this a little bit more. I need to narrow this down. I'm gonna name a top 5, and they're all going to be, I think, very summer-friendly reds. So I've got several that I think go on very sheer. They're very comfortable to wear, and I think they can actually look really appropriate with a very light, barely there makeup look. And I've got different tones that I think might suit different people's tastes. Some people like the warmer reds. I really think warm reds are pretty, especially in the summer. They just give me a very summery vibe, but I've got some cooler, more pinky, watermelon-y type reds too. A couple more full color options and even a couple of lip liners. So let's jump in, start talking about some of my favorite reds that I think are really great for the summer months. The first one is one of the Almay Smart Shade Butter Kiss lipsticks. These are a really super comfortable lip product. I don't know how many of you have gone out and actually tried some of these since I've been raving about them here and there over the past, I don't know, maybe year or so. But these are a really nice quality lip product. They remind me kind of a Revlon lip butter because they do have some good color intensity, but at the same time I feel like they're even more nourishing, balm-like. There's a little bit of thickness. They have a nice like light vanilla scent, and they are available in I think 4 different color families. So you've got the nudes, red, berry, pink, and then within each of those they've got light, medium, medium. So they've kind of split them up into different depths and intensities. So the one I want to recommend here in this video is the one called Red Light. So it's the lightest one in the red family, and I do think it has a really pretty, just fun brightness to this shade. It's kind of like a sheer neutral red to me. This swatch on my hand makes it look a little more pinky, but I do think this is just a gorgeous, low maintenance summer lip product. It's not going to be something that has like incredible all day staying power. You are going to want to reapply it definitely after you eat something, but it's probably the most comfortable one that I'm going to mention, and it's really nice to sort of soothe the lips that might be chapped. Chapped lips definitely can happen, I think, just as much in the summer months as the colder months because you can get sunburnt. It can really dry out your lips. This feels very nourishing. Now in comparison to that, I want to mention a little bit warmer red, and this is also a sheer option. The Revlon Super Lustrous line does have some sheer finish lipsticks, and this is the shade called Rich Girl Red, and it's a definite warm red. It goes on with a lot softer color than you might be accustomed to with some of the other Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks. And here's a swatch of it right here beside the Almay. You can see it's much warmer. I am actually wearing this shade on my lips today, but I paired it with a lip liner that I think makes it look even more finished if you're into that kind of look. This is the NYX Slide On Lip Pencil in Summer Tease. So I actually paired those two together, but you can see in my little try on, I'm only wearing the lipstick, and it's just a beautiful like wash of summery color. If you're a little scared to go full on orange all over the lips, I think kind of an orangey red is a more subtle and simple way to take advantage of that warm look. Next, I've got an option that's still a little bit on the sheer side, maybe not quite as sheer as the last two that I mentioned, but it's from MAC, and it's one of their cream sheen lipsticks, which is definitely my favorite formula that they create, and this shade is called Nice to Meet You, and this is the kind of color I would define as watermelon. Whenever I see a sheer pinkish red, for whatever reason, that's what I think of. So seeing it here in the lineup, you can see there's quite a bit of pink in this color. All of these 3 shades have a certain amount of shine to them. I just think this color is gorgeous, and I think paired with just a simple eye look, popping on this kind of a shade just totally brightens up the whole face. If you're not into those orangey reds and you want something a little more pinkish, this would be a great pick. Now some of you are like, okay, I'm done with the sheer stuff. Tell me about an awesome full-on red. Well, this recommendation would be my 100% all-American red. I think it's gorgeous in the summer, but it's very like opaque and matte. And I'm very excited about this recommendation because the shade I initially pulled out that I wanted to tell you about is one of the Gwen Stefani Urban Decay lipsticks in the shade 714. I love this shade. I think this is just a glorious, wonderful, full-on matte red. And then I started thinking, I think that's limited edition. It's probably going to be on its way out. People will probably ask me for a dupe. So I just, preemptively went ahead and looked for a dupe, and I found an awesome dupe, you guys, and it is a shade I've actually worn quite a bit of, and it's my Maybelline Creamy Matte Lipstick in the shade Siren and Scarlet. absolute perfect dupe. Here's a little swatch comparison of just these two. On top is the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani 714, and then the Maybelline Creamy Matte Siren and Scarlet right below it. They are so similar. Yesterday I was wearing like one on the top lip, one on the bottom lip, and I really couldn't tell the difference. And then here's a big swatch of the Maybelline Creamy Mattes. 100% true red matte, has really nice staying power. I think the Creamy Mattes line is very comfortable on the lips. I am interested to see if there's a red from the Loaded Bolds collection, which is brand new from Maybelline. I mean, I've tried a deeper red, but you know, see if there's something brighter out there. But overall, I think this is a fantastic formula, and you're really going to be happy with the staying power. Now, if I say the words NYC Sheer Red, does that mean anything to you? Because if it does, I know you've been with me since like the very beginning. Because one of my earliest like hardcore makeup recommendations that I can remember on my channel is the NYC lipstick in Sheer Red. No, this is not the original one that I would have recommended back in like 2008 or 2009 or whenever. I have repurchased it since then. This is actually repurchased within probably the past year or so. And I think this is a great, like, any person's red, because it's a little bit deeper than a true red like this one right here. If you see NYC Sheer Red swatched right beside it, you can see more depth, and I think it makes it a little bit easier to wear that. It's kind of a formal looking red. It really pulls together a look, looks very classy, but doesn't look too bold and bright if that's not what you're into. And I do think this shade on the lips comes off a little bit softer than it appears to be in the tube. It's not a total like full-on burgundy, but it is a deeper take on red. I still find it to be very summer appropriate. It definitely does maintain a little bit of shine. I find that this doesn't drift outside my lip line, so just a nice option for anybody to have in their collection, and I think this costs like less than $2. Now, I mentioned earlier a great lip liner to pair with a warm red. I paired it with the one I'm wearing today, Rich Girl Red, and it's the NYX Summer Tease. Another great NYX liner just for a true classic red. This is the shade called Red Tape. So I really am in love with this liner formula. You could wear these alone and have a totally budge-proof, like stay-in-place matte lip if you wanted to, but they just go on incredibly smooth, super creamy. They do seem to set to an extent. So there's the Summer Tease, the warmer one, and then Red Tape is right kind of above it right here. So this is my lineup of summer reds, and I think they're just a really diverse selection. I see red in all of these shades, but some are a little bit lighter and brighter, some have more depth. I just think there's a freshness to the look of a red lip in the summertime. I mean, we might think, oh, we've got to go nude and bronzy just because, I don't know why, but this kind of a look, especially for evening, you want to glam up your look a little bit, pop on any one of these shades. If you're interested most in staying power, best staying power from what I mentioned is the Creamy Matte Siren and Scarlet. Probably most comfortable, most conditioning type product would be the Almay Smart Shade in Red Light. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for requesting this video, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.